Ah. Bruh, they be, bruh. Do they?
Anybody else, you commenting on the video, so it's like,
Yeah, it's commentary. People be watching, playing whole damn movies damn near. Let me know if we get back up, bro. Damn. I was hoping they wouldn't give me. Now we should be able to play. We back up. We back up. All right, we good? All right, shalom, Israel. So we got shut down for playing the New Jack City clip. We let it play too long. So I got some more clips. So basically, they showed how in New Jack City how they went from selling cocaine and dealing cocaine to selling crack. Like I was saying before, I don't know what point we got off. I remember that time because during that time before crack, right, I would be at my grandparents' house and they didn't have central air like a lot of people didn't at that time, right? They're still talking about, 80s, early 90s. And so when we would go over there, we would leave the windows open at night, right? So the air could come through the house. When the crack hit, we couldn't do that no more. When the crack hit, because the crack had to climb through your window. When the crack hit, everybody started getting, he laughing. I'm dead lit, bro. Listen, when you see movies like y'all seen Friday, when you see Friday and you see Ezel running down the street with the TV, okay, brother, that was a real thing. People start putting bars on their windows. That's when people start having like a boarding up, like barring up their stores and all. It wasn't like that before. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that. Everybody started getting cameras. You didn't have to have no cameras. It wasn't cameras everywhere like it is now, right? Crack changed everything because people would do anything to get it. You know what I'm saying? That's where, listen, damn. Prostitution went through the roof because women would prostitute themselves, what? To get crack. You know what I'm saying? So the next video I was going to show y'all was another one from New Jack City called The Carter. Not Lil Wayne the Carter, okay? But we know, hey, listen, everything, that's what I'm showing y'all, the root of everything. So the Carter was a hotel or a apartment complex. It kind of looked like a hotel that they took over, right? And they kind of like forced all the residents to become part of this organization. They was manufacturing and selling crack out the Carter. And it was this huge operation, okay? And they basically, was taking over the whole city. So everybody glorified this movie. And then in every neighborhood, every black neighborhood across America, you had dudes trying to be Nino Brown and completely destroyed our community. There you go. There's the picture. That's the Carter. That big building right there is the Carter, right? So they had took this building over and, they was killing the game, as they say, okay? Now, we know all of these different stories. You got Alpo and them up in New York, and you get into the freeway Ricky Ross's. We gonna get into that too, okay? Matter of fact, so this is like 91 to 93, okay? Prior to that, what I call the test subjects to the whole thing and to this whole movement, as far as the media was concerned, was who? It was NWA. It was niggas with attitudes, right? Now, give me, I want you to look up a name for me. I want you to, because we definitely can't play none of their music. But look up a name, Google a name for me. I want you to Google a name, Jerry Heller. All right? Now, most people, that if you know NWA, y'all know NWA? Do y'all know who Jerry Heller is? Okay. So Jerry Heller was the dude that hooked up with, this is Jerry Heller. He's the one who hooked up with Eazy-E to start the label Ruthless Records, right? Type Jerry Heller, put religion behind it. Read that.
Jerry Heller was born to a Jewish family.
A what?
a Jewish family.
Uh-huh.
He was an American music manager born in Cleveland, Ohio, who worked in the agency business after serving in the U.S. Army.
Right. Now scroll back up. Type religion, take religion out, and because what they'll do is they try to separate the information. Put Ruthless Records. There you go. Click it. It's right there. Yep. Go ahead. Scroll down. You can hit that. What was Jerry Heller's role at Ruthless? There you go. Yep.
What was Jerry Heller's role at Ruthless? Jerry Heller is best known for managing West Coast rap supergroup and gangster rap pioneers, NWA and Eazy-E, and was a co-founder and CEO of Ruthless Records.
Now, why would a Jewish man be interested in co-founding a rap label of some dudes? Eazy-E was known to be a drug dealer in Compton. What interest would a Jewish man, have in black folks' rap music, right? So let's see if we can go to let's go to Crazy Bone the Letter. Crazy Bone the Letter. Yeah. Just kind of put it up. We might let's see if we could just get like a 30-second clip, you know. It ain't no music, it's just an interview. Can we play some interview? Okay, we play. As long as it ain't owned by MGM or none of them, right? All right, let's play this. Let's play this. Yeah, we going somewhere. So we got to understand who's really behind all of the, who has the power and who's really doing what they did to us. All right? Play that.
The secret meeting that changed rap music and destroyed a generation.
Pause.
Damn.
Pause.
So,
Pause.
hello.
Pause. We gonna pause in here, right? We ain't gonna get no strikes either. It said the secret meeting that changed rap music and destroyed a generation. Now he said destroyed a generation, but it didn't destroy a generation. It started the destruction of all following generations. Because look at where the rap music was then and look where it is now. It's just continually going what? Downhill, right? So before this meeting, you got to understand, we had KRS-One, right? Anybody know what KRS-One mean? It means knowledge reigns supreme, okay? Knowledge reigns supreme, okay? That's what, we had names like that. We had Public Enemy. They was warning us against, doing drugs and stuff like that. We had Brand Nubian. We had Queen Latifah. We had, there was positive music, positive messages, right? In the music. Play on.
After more than 20 years, I finally decided to tell the world what I witnessed in 1991.
In
which I believe was
1991.
one of the biggest turning points in popular music.
Pause. Now you got to look at the time frame, right? So 1991. That's the same time, around the same time New Jack City came out. So the crack dropped mid-'80s, right? They went from cocaine to crack mid-'80s. They dropped the supergroup NWA late 80s, around 87, right? Then right after that, after the test to see how that was going to do, once everybody went wild and they seen that it worked, okay, let's have this meeting. And in this meeting, they're going to change the course of rap music, meaning they not signing no more positivity. That's over. He going to say it. Go ahead.
Music. And ultimately, American society. I have struggled for a long time weighing the pros and cons of making my story public, as I was reluctant to implicate the individuals who were present that day. So I've simply decided to leave out the names and all the details that may risk my personal well-being and that of those who were, like me, dragged into something they weren't ready for.
Damn.
Hold on, let me
So we gonna tell the story.
So man said, look, he can't even come out and tell the story. Number one, they all signed NDAs. Okay, so they couldn't say nothing. They signed non-disclosure agreements. Nobody that was in that meeting could say nothing. There were also people that got, Chuck D openly admits he got invited to the meeting and was like, nah, I'm good. There were some people that was in the meeting that walked out the meeting once they heard what it was about, right? Play on.
We ain't scared.
You know what I'm saying? What they gonna do?
They after us, not just playing.
Like, man,
So look, so he says, between the late 80s and early 90s, I was what you may call a decision maker with one of the more
A gatekeeper.
established companies in the music industry. I came to Europe in the early 80s.
He came
and
from
quickly
Europe in the
established
early
myself
80s.
in the business. The industry was different back then, since technology and media weren't accessible to people like that, like they are today. The industry had more control over the public and had the means to influence them any way it wanted.
Pause.
all right.
It said because technology wasn't accessible like it is today, the record companies and the media had way more influence, okay, over people than they have today. Now, they still have influence over people today, but at least today you have options. Meaning, if I'm a positive artist, I could just put my music out myself on YouTube, on the internet, and sell my own music to my fans, right? You didn't have that ability back then. The only thing you could do back then, nobody was gonna know about you. You could sell your music out the trunk, but other than that, nobody was ever gonna hear you. You know what I'm saying? And then just like even like the equipment, you know, trying to shoot videos and all that, everything was so expensive back then. It was super expensive, right? Go back.
This may explain why in early 1991, I was invited to attend a closed-door meeting with a
Closed-door
small
meeting.
group of business insiders to discuss rap music's new direction. Rap music's new direction.
Yeah.
Little did I know we would be asked to participate in one of the most unethical and destructive business practices ever seen.
Crazy.
So this was the meeting. The meeting was held at a private residence on the outskirts of Los Angeles. I remember about 25 to 30 people were being there.
Right.
Most of them familiar faces. Speaking of those I knew, we
So there's
joked
some
about
pretty famous people that was there. But go ahead.
the theme of the meeting.
We only
as
gonna play a
many
little
of
bit
us did
more, and then
not
we gonna cut
care
this.
for rap and failed to see the purpose of being invited to a private meeting.
Pause.
To the
So they didn't even really pick up on what was going on at the time. You know what I'm saying? Not until they really brought it all the way out, they couldn't see exactly what they was getting ready to be involved in. Go ahead.
to discuss the future of hip hop.
Talk to
The
him.
future of hip
Among
hop.
the attendees was a small group of unfamiliar faces who stayed to themselves and made no attempt to socialize beyond their circle. Based on their behavior and formal appearances, they didn't seem to be from our industry.
Businessmen in suits.
Our casual chatter was interrupted. when
And
we were
I'm not
asked
going to
to
even
sign
say
the
who they
confidentiality
really were. You
agreement.
got to read between the lines about who he's really talking about. All right? Go ahead.
Preventing us from publicly discussing the information presented during the meeting.
There you go. They had to
Needless
sign
say,
NDAs.
This intrigued, in some cases, disturbed many of us. The agreement was only a page long, but very clear on matters and consequences, which stated that violating the terms would result in job termination immediately. We asked several people what this meeting was about and the reason for such secrecy, but could not find anyone who had the answers for us. A few people refused to sign and walked out. Nobody stopped them. I was tempted to follow, but curiosity got the best of me.
Curiosity killed
a
the
man
cat.
who was part of the unfamiliar group collected all the agreements from us. So now it's going to get to the good part because the meeting.
There it
about to
is.
start.
This is a good
Talk
part.
to him, Jake.
It says, quickly after the meeting began, hold on one second.
Get your popcorn, y'all.
Popcorn, get your pistol. No, it's like,
He said, get your pistol.
quickly after this meeting began, one of the industry colleagues, who shall remain nameless like everybody else, thanked us for attending. He then gave the floor to a man who only introduced himself by first name and gave no other details about his personal background. I think he was the owner of the residence, but that was never confirmed. He briefly praised all of us for the success we had achieved in our industries and congratulated us for being selected as part of this small group of decision makers. At this point, I began to feel slightly uncomfortable and the strangeness of this gathering. The subject quickly changed as the speaker went on to tell us that the respective companies we represented had invested in a very profitable industry, which could become even more rewarding with our active involvement.
Pause.
Damn.
He
So these are businessmen that are representatives from corporations who have invested in a very lucrative business that they're about to present to them, and they want them to be, so to speak, the ambassadors of what they're going to push forward. Now, they really don't even understand what's being said yet. Go ahead, play a little bit more. We almost there to the point, and then we're going to cut it.
explained that the companies we worked for had invested millions into the building of privately owned prisons,
Boom.
and that our positions of influence in the music industry would actually impact the profitability of these investments.
Pause. Did you hear that? He said that these people had invested millions of dollars into private prisons, and they were going to use rap music to influence the youth into culture that would lead them to filling these prisons. Come on, man. That's a little bit more. Give me about 15 more seconds, and we're going to cut it.
Then he says, I remember many of us in the group immediately looking at each other in awe and confusion. At the same time, I didn't know what a private prison was, but I wasn't the only one. Sure enough, someone asked what these prisons were and what any of this had to do with music.
They still don't get it.
We were told that these prisons were built by privately owned companies who receive funding from the government based on the number of
Funding from the
inmates.
government.
The more inmates, the more the government would pay these prisons.
Stop
It
it
was
there.
also
Stop it
made-
there. That's good. That's good. That's good. You can cut the video. So the government funded these companies to build these prisons, and then they went out and hired and made these dudes that was rapping rich in order to push a message. Matter of fact, you gotta play a little bit more. Well, listen, we don't play no more. I won't take no chances. All right. So listen, after this, he goes on to tell them that after this, there will be no more positive rap groups signed. There will be no more positive messages signed. Only gangster rap, only music that's pushing fornication, only music that's pushing negative images, negative. And then you got to think the explosion of hip hop came right behind that. What they call that. Okay, the Scarface, and when he really blew up, when Ice Cube blew up, you had Tupac, you had Biggie, but what was the messages? It was all bad. There was no more Ed OG and the Bulldogs, be a father to your child. Okay? Wasn't no more of that. Okay? It was no more of that. Y'all probably never heard that song in y'all life. All right? It was no more of that. Now it was, Snoop Dogg. And then Bees ain't SHIT, but hoes and tricks. That's what came behind that. That's what came behind that. Guess what else came behind that? Give me because this is right at this time period. Give me the Freaknik video. Give me that. This was huge in the 90s, right? And this is the thing. Our people bought into it lock, stock, and barrel. Our people love sin. They revel in it, okay? Give me that. You got that video? Give me that. We jumping. And then we going to get the, while you getting that, give me the book. Give me the book. Can we throw the book up? Give me the book, the Assassination of the Black Male Image. Let's get that. It's a good book. If you don't have it, it's a good book right here. It ain't expensive either. It's called The Assassination of the Black Male Image. It's by Earl Ofari Hutchinson. He's a PhD. Let's get that first. Let's read that real quick.
Chapter 12, The war on drugs is a war on black males.
So it says though there was no real war on drugs. The war on drugs was a war on black males. Read.
I wonder why no one listened to William J. Bennett. Here's what the former Reagan drug czar said.
Reagan drug czar. That's Ronald Reagan, who was the president in the 80s. During the Tony Montana period, Ronald Reagan was the president. Okay, go ahead.
The typical cocaine user is white, male, a high school graduate, employed full-time, and living in a small metropolitan suburb.
So that's the typical cocaine user, is a white male. He's a high school graduate. He's employed full-time, and he's living in a small metropolitan suburb. But you don't see that image. We don't see the image of what's really going on. Go ahead.
Someone might think that Bennett was snorting the white powder himself.
Yeah, because he revealed this fact to them. They like, man, you crazy. That ain't what I see on TV. Go ahead.
Anyone who watches TV or reads the papers can plainly see that the typical drug user is black, male, a high school dropout, unemployed, and hangs out on a squalid ghetto street corner.
Because that's the image that they painted through what? Through hip-hop music, through rap music, and through the media on the news. That's what they showed you over and over and over and over. Go ahead.
That's why Chicago Judge Thomas Sumner went into shock when someone told him that what Bennett had said. Judging by what I see, I would think the numbers would be totally reversed. The judge must have thought, by golly, those aren't the folks who stand in front of me every day in my court.
Why? Because the white kids weren't being prosecuted and the black kids were being prosecuted. Go ahead.
But Bennett, a true blue Reagan conservative, and the man who never met a multicultural textbook he liked, he was dead right.
He was a racist. Go ahead.
One of America's worst kept secrets is that the war on drugs is a war on black men.
It said, the war on drugs is a war on black men. It's always been. And that's on the side of the seller and on the side of the user. Go ahead.
What else could you call it? The 1992 National Household Survey on Drug Abuse revealed that 8.7 million whites used drugs in 1 month.
All right, we got to slow that down. Now, this is an actual survey from 1992. It said the National Household Survey on Drug Abuse revealed that 8.7 million whites, Edomites, used drugs in 1 month versus what?
Versus 1.6 million blacks.
Go ahead.
White high school seniors were far more likely to use drugs
Put up the second page. It's a little bit more.
than black high school seniors.
So white high school seniors was using drugs way more than black high school seniors.
Damn.
Go ahead.
Yet they weren't being swept out of the suburbia and into prison the way blacks were being swept out of their neighborhoods.
Right, because the school to prison pipeline was created for black youth. Okay? That's what it was created for. All right, real quick, give me time flying. Give me Joe Biden. And real quick, while you pull up Joe Biden predators on the streets, give me Isaiah 51 and 20 real quick. Let's get a couple scriptures. Isaiah 51 and 20.
Isaiah chapter 51, verse 20. Thy sons have fainted.
They lost consciousness. They no longer understand that they the Israelites. Go ahead.
They lie at the head of all the streets.
Just like they were saying in there. I see black dudes on the street corners. Go ahead.
As a wild bull in a net.
They're caught in a trap. Go ahead.
They are full of the fury of the Lord.
And that's the full of the fury of the Lord is what? Go ahead.
The rebuke of God.
That's our God rebuking us for breaking his commandments. Like we read at the beginning, right? We were supposed to keep the commandments. We didn't. And now God is rendering judgment upon us. And he uses the other nations to do it. All right. Give me jump back to 42 and 22.
Isaiah chapter 42, verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
Robbed and spoiled of our heritage. Go ahead.
They are all of them snared in holes.
We're caught in traps. The trap was you could be Tony Montana. You could be Nino Brown. You could be a great rapper as long as you rap about this. Go ahead.
Damn. And they are hid in prison houses.
They're hid where?
In prison houses.
They're hid in prison houses because this was the ultimate goal of all of this. The ultimate goal in all of this was to get our sons and our daughters, okay? Because that's the other side that never get told. Okay, I dated a girl when I dated a girl when I was younger. As I got older, right, we kept in contact. She went to prison. Guess what she went to prison for? This chick got caught in the airport trying to smuggle a key of cocaine in her hair.
What the hell?
Coming back from the islands, she had it sewed up. Remember they used to wear the big hair? If anybody ever seen the movie Baps, okay, they used to wear these big hairstyles. She had it sewed into her hair, and they caught her, or somebody told.
Now, dog.
That's a real thing. She went to prison. She did time. She did about 6-7 years. Okay, yeah, man, this is real. There you go. See them big crazy hairstyle, right? She was the chick on the right. She was Halle Berry, okay? She was Halle Berry. She came back, tried to have it sold in her hair, okay? Come on, man. This is real life. People really do this stuff, man. Unfortunately, I know a lot of these people. I've been around these. All praise to the Lord for repentance and for this truth, man. Y'all really don't understand how my man Coming to America say, I am very happy to be here. Okay? Very happy to be here and away from the foolishness, man. Y'all don't understand. I thank God every day for bringing me into this truth, man. I'm telling you.
Bring it.
Is that it? Was that the end of the verse?
No, sir.
Give me the rest of the verse.
They are for a prey.
They are for a prey. They're victims. They're being preyed upon. But yet they will say that they're the predators, which is exactly what we about to get. Go ahead.
And none delivereth.
And ain't nobody coming to save them unless they repent and come back and get saved by the black Messiah, Jesus Christ. Go ahead.
That's right.
For a spoil.
Uh-huh.
And none saith restore.
There ain't gonna be no reparations. Ain't gonna be no restoration. Right? All right, give me the video real quick, and then we're gonna get a couple more scriptures. Yep, Joe Biden. Now watch this. This is Sleepy Joe back in the day. Everybody loved this man, but he's the author of the 94 crime bill, okay, that put all our brothers in jail. And I'm not saying we was doing right, okay, but it was a trap. You see what I'm saying? It was a trap. This is what the laws of God protect us from. The laws of God protect us from the traps that are set by our enemies. Play.
Back to the streets. It doesn't matter whether or not the person that is accosting your son or daughter or my son or daughter, my wife, your husband, my mother, your parents. It doesn't matter whether or not they were deprived as a youth. It doesn't matter or not whether or not they had no background that enabled them to become socialized into the fabric of society. It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society. The end result is they're about to not.
He said it don't matter whether they're the victims of society. So I don't give a damn about what we did to these people. It don't matter. That's evil as hell. He know 100% that they've been set up. Okay? He said, I don't care if ain't no father in the home, even though we took the fathers out the home. I don't care if they selling drugs, even though we put the drugs in the community. I don't care if they got guns and running around, even though we put the guns in the community. Come on, man. Evil as hell. Evil. Keep playing.
My mother on the head with a lead pipe, shoot my sister, beat up my wife, take on my sons. So I don't want to ask what made them do this.
He said, I don't care what made them do it.
Be taken off the street.
And put where? In prison. Go ahead.
That's number one. There's a consensus on that. Unless we do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them.
Tens of thousands of them.
Born out of wedlock, without parents, without supervision, without any structure.
Pause.
Without any.
Born out of wedlock. How'd that happen? Hey, black woman, we'll give you a check if you put that man out of the house. Black woman fell for it.
Damn.
She fell for it. She put the man out the house. Kids grew up without their father. You know what I'm saying? Now, guess what? They got a jail cell waiting on them.
The hell is this?
And now them same black women are going crazy right now in 2025 because 350,000 of them just lost their jobs. And now they like, yeah, and give us them food stamps back too. They don't need you no more. They used you. You're used up. They don't need you no more. And then they're like, get on away from here. Damn. Treat them like a used condom. Just throw them in the trash. Play on.
Conscience developing because they literally, I yield myself 3 more minutes. Because they
The white man said, I
literally
yield myself 3 more minutes.
have not been socialized. They literally have not had an opportunity. We should focus on them now. If we don't, they will, or a portion of them will, become the predators. 15 years from now. And Madam
Look at the
President, we
predators
have
calling
predators on
look
our
at the predators calling the prey predators. That's what Esau does. He constantly accuses. That's what the Bible says. They're the constant accusers of our people. They constantly accuse us of all the things that they do. Right? That's enough of that idiot. I ain't never liked Joe Biden. Give me Esther. Give me Esther 13, read through 7. This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new. They did the same thing in the Bible. And guess who it was? It was Amalek. It was the white man. Give me 13, 3 through 7. So the rest of Esther. The rest of Esther. 13, 3 through 7. So this ain't the first time we've been slandered like, oh, these people is evil as hell, you know. Read it when you got it.
The rest of Esther, chapter 13, verse 3. Now when I asked my counselors how this might be brought to pass, Amen, that excelled in wisdom among us.
So that's Haman. Haman was Amalek, right? So-called Jewish man, okay? He was Amalek. It said he excelled in wisdom. Why? Because Amalek is the top of the Edomites, okay? They excel in wisdom. They're the ones who come up with the deep counsels, okay? And put these plans out against our people. Go ahead.
And was approved for his constant goodwill and steadfast fidelity, and had the honor of the second place in the kingdom, declared unto us that in all nations throughout the world there were scattered a certain malicious people that had laws contrary to all nations, and continually despised the commandment of kings.
So he said in all nations that was throughout the world there was scattered a certain malicious people that was contrary to all nations. Ain't that what Joe Biden just said? We got to get these wicked, evil, it's tens of thousands of these young, evil, wicked Negroes on the street, and we got to deal with them. All right? We ain't going to read all that. Y'all get the idea, because we ain't even going to get through all this, but I'm trying to really paint the picture for y'all. So next, give me, did the CIA sell crack in the 80s? We only going to play first 34 seconds. First 34 seconds. Remember, the black people supposed to be the drug dealers, right? They just weren't supposed to be the drug dealers. Play that. Yep, it's did the CIA sell crack in the 80s? Let me know when you get it. In the meanwhile, give me okay, all right, go ahead. First 34 seconds.
I will tell you, Director Deutsch, as a former Los Angeles police narcotics detective, that the agency has dealt drugs throughout this country for a long time.
Wow.
For decades, the American government has been accused of intentionally flooding the streets with hard drugs. The CIA and law enforcement has supposedly been funneling drugs into the inner cities and to the African American community in particular as part of a covert effort to stop them attaining stability, building wealth, and achieving political power.
That's it. It's just that simple. They've been flooding the streets with illegal narcotics, okay, to stop our people from building wealth and becoming economically equal with them. It's just that simple. Now, they will go and say, no, the CIA didn't directly sell drugs. No, a CIA agent did not stand on the corner and physically hand somebody crack. What they did was they made the connections and opened the doors and then stood back and let it happen. It's called benign neglect. They set it up. So if y'all get it, man, listen, y'all know about Freeway Ricky Ross, right? He was dealing with, that's who he was getting all the cocaine from. That's who Rick Ross named himself after. I'm trying to speed through this a little bit. Give me the video, train thefts, net gun violence in Chicago. It's only 2 minutes and 18 seconds. We quick. Go ahead. What's today? Today Monday, right? Okay. Okay. I can get a couple extra minutes. Can't do it on Tuesday and Thursday. Huh? It's 9:30. It's 8 to 9:30. Yeah. Go ahead. From my understanding, we can get like 15 minutes, but that's
In
it.
Chicago's violence-plagued South Side, even boxcars pose a threat.
We're already dealing with the consequences of individuals who are shooting individuals on a daily basis. And now to have illegal guns stolen and end up on our streets, it only compounds the issues that we're dealing with every single day.
Pastor Corey Brooks' church is a stone's throw from a Norfolk Southern rail yard. Razor wire once separated the church basketball court from the 63rd Street rail yard, but even that has long since rusted and fallen away. Police say street gangs
Stop.
have found the train-
So now listen. So what is happening in Chicago, and this has been happening since I was a kid. Now, when I was a kid, we didn't know about no guns. But what they would do was the trains would come through, and the kids would go, and they had these buttons on the side, these big square buttons on the side of the train. They would hit them, the doors would open. They would jump on the trains and throw stuff off the trains. It might be sneakers, it might be clothes, it'd be anything. But in Chicago, it's been happening a long time, but this is just proof right here. Because people been saying they've been dropping the guns off in vans and all that kind of stuff. But this is proof right here. What he's going to say is they take these cars, they sit them in the rail yards, they have let the fence rust and fall down, and so it's just open for anybody to walk up in there, open these cars, and they're full of guns. So essentially what they're doing, they're parking train cars in the yard, leaving them, and then allowing them to be vandalized, and they just happen to be full of guns. Play the video.
It's easy pickings to plunder guns.
Easy
the opportunities
pickings.
present themselves over and over.
Over and over
In
and
2015,
over.
a group broke into the yard and stumbled upon a gun gold mine. More than 100 brand new firearms inside a freight car en route to the West Coast.
They park their train cars often in rail yards that
Stop.
that happen to be in-
Why would you park that train? Why would you park it? It's supposed to be moving. It's going to the West Coast. So why would it stop in Chicago, be unhooked, and then left sitting in the rail yard for days? This same rail yard where the fence is rusted and falling down. Now, I know brothers that work for train companies. They make a lot of money. Brothers is making $50, $60 an hour working for the train yard, but the train yard can't afford a fence to keep the cargo that they supposed to be protecting safe. And you telling me this ain't a plan, this ain't a plot, this ain't intentional. Come on, man. Play.
high crime areas in the city.
And they stop in high
in and
crime
of itself,
areas. That's what he's saying. They stop in high crime areas. So they ain't just stopping random places. They stopping in the high crime areas. Go ahead.
Problems to law enforcement.
Retired alcohol, tobacco, and firearms agent Thomas Ahern says an old industry adage is a big factor. Cargo at rest is cargo at risk.
Unfortunately, it's
That's it.
very
That's it. That's
easy
it.
for
Said cargo at rest is cargo at risk, meaning they know when they stop and they park them train cars there, they already know what's about to happen. It's intentional. All right. So now we look at all this evidence, and our people, especially the black Christian, can't see that we in the land of our enemy, and that our enemy is dead set on destroying us and making money while he doing it. He ain't just destroying us. He getting paid while he doing it. He ain't just locking us up in prison. He getting paid while he do it. Number one, they get money from the government for every single cell that gets occupied. They get money from the government. Then on the flip side of that, they then turn around. I did another class on this. They then turn around and they hire out the labor of the prisoners to companies to do work, and them prisoners get paid pennies on a dollar. They get paid pennies per hour, 30, 40, 50 cents an hour. Some of them even get up in the morning, check out of prison, go to work at like Popeyes, Burger King, McDonald's, whatever, then get off work and go check back in prison. Okay, this is a real thing that's happening. All right, so it says, and not only that, it says they will invite our own people who is willing to destroy and that hate their own people to partake in the profits. That's what they did when they had that meeting. They said, look, if y'all willing to do this, we got you. We're going to look out for you. Give me that. Give me 1 Maccabees 11:21. Give me that. Because there's always going to be somebody among our people, because it's hatred, that will take the money to destroy their own people, or will be the informant. They will run back and tell Massa everything that we doing to stay on their good side. Read that.
First Maccabees chapter 11, verse 21. Then certain ungodly persons who hated their own people.
Who did what?
Who hated their own people. Went unto the king and told him that Jonathan besieged the tower. Whereof when he heard it, he was angry and immediately removed it. And he came to Ptolemy.
That's it. So it was always going to be ungodly people among our people that would run to the heathen, run to the enemy, and to tell them what we was doing or to take their side. We always enjoyed the glory of the Grecian best of all, essentially. Okay? So from there, we understand too that, give me Ecclesiastes 7:7. Because they're doing it for gifts. They're doing it for trinkets. It's for money, right? And the scriptures say that, gifts destroy the heart. It also blinds the eyes of the wise. Give me that. Ecclesiastes 7:7.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad.
Right, so we pissed. We angry because we have the wisdom to see what's going on actually among our people, that we in the land our enemy, and they destroying us. And it's because of our own wickedness. So we get angry when we see the oppression of our people, and we try to wake them up and get them to repent. Read.
And a gift destroyeth the heart.
And a gift does what?
Destroyeth the heart.
Okay, from there, give me Sirach 20 and 29. Sirach 20 and 29.
Sirach chapter 20, verse 29. Presents and gifts blind the eyes of the wise.
Presents and gifts blind the eyes of the wise. Go ahead.
And stop up his mouth that he cannot reprove.
He can't say nothing. He can't speak against it because he didn't accept the gift. He didn't took the trinkets. So now he can't correct them. He can't correct them. He can't speak out against it.
Hell no.
Okay? So after they did all the movies and all this different stuff, then they bombarded us with the rap music after they came out with the plan in 91 with the filthy lyrics and the images, right? You had stuff like, and I'm going to just name a couple because we can't do no videos. You had stuff like Sir Mix-a-Lot, Baby Got Back. If you ever seen that video, it's insane, all right? Even on the cover, he's standing on some butt cheeks. Like, come on, bro. Like, yes, literally, bro. Okay, you had Rex and Effects, the Rump Shaker. Okay, everything was about black women, as Captain Ben Zion always say, twirling their butt around in a circle. Okay? That's our people. That's what we do. Everybody twerking. They've been twerking. They just started calling it twerking. Okay? You had 2 Live Crew. Insane. Like my man in New York say, pack you up, son. Right? They should have packed them up right about the gate. Okay? You had 2 Live Crew. It was a video called Move Something. I remember that video as a kid. Let me tell you something. It was absolutely insane. And we was there for it. Right in front of the TV like some little thirsty dogs, bro. Because you young, you don't know no better. You know what I'm saying? You got your little loins burning. Listen. That's why the spirit is so important to get built up, because if you don't, naturally, guess what? That natural man, that flesh, is going to take over. And it's going to take you in all the wrong places. And it's going to destroy you. Like it say, give me that in, what's that? It was in James, when lust hath conceived, then it bringeth forth death. You know what I'm talking about? Give me that real quick. And then we had Too Short, right? Lord have mercy. Too Short is absolutely ridiculous. He had an album called Freaky Tales. Okay? You had AMG. Don't even go look that up. It's that bad. Okay? You had Lil Kim. This was the start. Lil Kim was the start of the quote unquote the sexy, taking the clothes off, getting butt naked. Because before that, the sisters was kind of like, they was a little, kind of rough. You know what I mean? They was you had your MC Lights. They was wearing jeans and they were kind of like, it was still a guy sport kind of, at that point. Then you had Foxy Brown. Lil Kim and Foxy Brown took it in a whole different direction. All the little, quote unquote, sex sales type female rappers came in behind them too. All right, read that.
James chapter 1, verse 14. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust.
So you can only be tempted by what's already inside of you. That's why you have to purge those things out of you. Read.
And enticed.
And you get enticed by those things. Go ahead.
Then when lust have conceived, it bringeth forth.
When you give in to that lust, go ahead.
It bringeth forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death.
It's just that simple, man. That sin is going to eventually bring you to death, that spiritual death, not just dying. It's that spiritual death. It's when the Lord say, all right, I'm done with you. I'm judging you. And now you done. You got that reprobate mind. You out of here, right? So this is another thing. They understand the power of imagery and music, right? Give me 1 Samuel 16:23. We're going to start wrapping it up, making our way through it. We almost there.
1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 23. And it came to pass, when the evil spirit from God was upon Saul, that David took an harp and played with his hand. So Saul was refreshed and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him.
So we understand through the scriptures that when an evil spirit is on you, music has the power to remove that spirit from you, right? Give me 2 Kings 3. Read 14 and 15. 2 Kings 3, 14, 15. So music has the power to move the spirit. They understand this. Give me that video 808 effect. Go ahead.
2 Kings chapter 3, verse 14. And Elisha said, as the Lord of hosts liveth, before whom I stand, surely were it not that I regard the presence of Jehoshaphat, the king of Judah, I would not look toward thee nor see thee.
So we talking about Elisha, right? Go ahead.
But now bring me a minstrel.
He said, bring me a minstrel. A minstrel is somebody that plays an instrument, right? He said, bring me a minstrel. Go ahead.
And it came to pass when the minstrel played.
That when the minstrel played his instrument, what happened?
That the hand of the Lord came upon him.
The spirit of the Lord came upon him. So you can remove spirits with music. You can put spirits on people with music. They understand this. Give me the video 808 effect. Yes, let's get it.
Frequencies, the invisible architects of our universe. Earth vibrates at 7.83 hertz. The Schumann resonance, a fundamental atmospheric frequency. Curiously, it aligns with human alpha brainwaves. Binaural beats, a scientific marvel. When two slightly differing frequencies reach our ears, our brain perceives a third. The implications? Potential cognitive control.
Stop. The potential, what it said, cognitive control, mind control. They cloned Tyrone. I was trying to find the club scene and they cloned Tyrone. That's the only scene that you can't find on YouTube. We couldn't play it anyway. They definitely would have got us. But mind control. Now play the rest. Listen close.
Deep pulse of an 808 in modern music.
The 808 modern music.
Scientifically, this low-frequency sound stimulates the brain's amygdala, intensifying emotional responses. While some frequencies can enhance focus or relaxation, others, like the 808, can hyperstimulate our emotions, potentially amplifying anxiety or aggression.
Stop.
But not.
That's it. That's all I want. So when that 808 hit, that deep bass that we all love, right? It says it amplifies your emotion, especially aggression and anxiety. So when the beat hitting, now you got that emotion and anxiety already, and then you hear the lyrics, tear the club up, kill a nigga, shoot a nigga. Listen, that's the evil communication. They putting it on you. That's the mind control. And then we wonder why people are acting how they acting. Not to mention, we ain't even gonna go into the food industry.
Damn.
We know who the vice lords of that is. We ain't gonna go but when you add all these things together, when you put the whole pot together, you put the music, you put the movies, you put the religion, you put the entertainment, the sports, you put all the different stuff, all the elements, right? Just like they cloned Tyrone. What do you get? You get the clones. You get everything. It's like a science project. It was a Jay-Z line. He said something like, why do they call it a project? Because it's a project. It's their little science we are their little science project. That's why it's called the projects. They stack Negroes on top of each other. They already did the Skinner box experiment where they know what happens when they pack the rats real close together. Like the rats started becoming homosexual. They started killing each other. It's the same thing that's happening in our communities. They already knew what was going to happen before they already experimented. Now they're like, all right, let's see if it'll play out with actual people. And it's playing out perfectly. These people are high-level demons. They evil as hell, and we falling for it. All right, real quick. Next, give me, we got the Freaknik video? All right, so look, I'm gonna just talk. So next was Freaknik, right? Freaknik was in the 90s where all these people would go to Atlanta and they would just had this, they called it the Freaknik because it was like a picnic with a whole bunch of freaks and it was crazy. Hopefully, listen, a lot of people, for y'all young people, a lot of people, parents was there. I never went. I just want to put that out there. All right, but it's a lot of people, parents that's on video doing some wild stuff back in the 90s, all right? And they literally was protesting because they was trying to come out with a video, and a lot of people don't want it put out because a lot of them kids was college kids. They've gone on to some type of prominence and success, and they don't want to be put out there like that, right? So next, y'all got the video? Go and play it real quick. Go and drop it real quick.
Atlanta, Georgia. Thousands of African-American college students
are
flocking south for Freaknik. About 150,000 students are expected to converge on Hot
Students.
Atlanta.
Hot Atlanta.
The weekend is expected to ring in about $20 million.
$20 million in a weekend.
Spring 1994. Atlanta is on tilt.
94 was the best. That was prime.
My favorite Freaknik was 94.
That's when it really popped, because the city wasn't ready for it.
I hope my wife ain't watching this, but I meet a lot of girls, and I'm having a
I hope my wife ain't watching this because I'm meeting a lot of girls. Negroes is crazy.
It was unbelievable. I mean, every street, everywhere you went, every gas station, hotel, Waffle House, whatever, just party the whole time.
Atlanta, Georgia. Thousands of African-American college students.
That's it. This is what our people was doing. They did it year after year. It became an annual picnic called the Freaknik. Okay, and then guess what they did right after that? They ratcheted up the porn. It was always porn around, right? But in the 90s, it went to another level. Why? Because in the late 90s, guess who came on the scene? The DVD man, okay? So you started early 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, you started to be able to buy it at every gas station, out in front of the chicken spot, right? It just went to a whole, they just kept ratcheting it up, the wickedness, okay? And you can see how much our people love it. They love it, right? So watch this. We just gonna touch on a few things and we gonna end. So real quick, let's go back to the definition. I'm going to read the definition of vice lord again. A vice lord is a master or ruler having power or authority or influence over immoral or wicked behavior such as prostitution, pornography, or drugs. So now, in this day and age, how's the prostitution usually done? It's done online. It's done through OnlyFans. My man, OnlyFans. All right, so let's start with that. You said OnlyFans. Let's get matter of fact, let me see. Yeah, let's get OnlyFans. Pull up OnlyFans and just type in who owns OnlyFans. No. You know, listen, they're gonna try to lie to you first. Okay. It should say, just don't take that Jewish out. Watch this, take that out, hit it. It should say match. It should say something like match.com. Let me see. Type in OnlyFans Tim Stokely. There you go right there. Is that him? Yeah, type Tim Stokely. It's gonna be an Edomite. Stokely, S-T-O-K. S-T-O-K-E-L-Y. Oh, he sold it? Who he sell it to? Okay. It's still an Edomite, right? Yeah, you can hit his wiki. British businessman, right? He's Edomite, right? So he's the founder, but recently he sold it, right? Get Tender. That's the other one. That's the big one. Get Tender. So you got to Edomite on OnlyFans, and I'm sure if we track it down, we gonna get to you know who. If you actually Match.com, right? Match Group. Type in hit Match Group. Just click on Match Group, and then go up to the top. Go in the go up in the space in the search bar, and just type who owns. Owner, Match Group owner. Spencer Raskoff, and then type Spencer Raskoff. Just cut and paste his name up in the group. Right? Show y'all something. This is how you do it. Paste, and but behind it put religion. Yep. Read.
Spencer Raskoff is Jewish. He has publicly identified as Jewish, such as in a social media post where he joked about being a short Jewish guy.
There you go. All right, that's all we need to know, right? So the leading people that's pushing the prostitution on the earth into our communities is Edomites and Amalek, who is also an Edomite, right? So we know who it is. Now don't go to Pornhub, but type in who owns Pornhub. Careful, brothers. Be very mindful. Don't see no images. You know we couldn't even go into none of this, all right? So Pornhub, I looked it up. Pornhub is the #1 porn site on earth, all right? So type who owns Pornhub. It's owned by MindGeek, right? All right, now click on MindGeek. Like I said, I'm going to show you how to get to these things. Click on MindGeek. Who owns MindGeek? Watch the name. It's crazy. Watch the name. It's owned by Ethical Capital Partners. Ain't nothing ethical about porn, right? So now, who runs Ethical Capital Partners? Click on it. They're trying to hide who owns it, right? So now this is what I want you to type in. Solomon Friedman, Pornhub. So this is what they do. They hide behind layers of companies and protection and all this type of stuff. Friedman, Friedman is spelled Friedman. There you go. And type Pornhub. Solomon Friedman, Pornhub. There you go. Go to the forward. Right there. Up, the forward. Yep. Oh, who's that? A rabbi is overseeing Pornhub. That's actually not so weird. So you got a Jewish rabbi that runs Pornhub. Come on, bruh. And they say it's owned by the ethical group. Come on, bruh. These people is crazy. This is who that right there. See him? That's a real vice lord. Porn is a major vice. That's a vice lord right there, okay? Not no dude standing on the corner selling $20 crack bags. This is the real vice lord. He has power to influence, okay? Give me, let's type this in. This is the last one, and we gonna end it off. We're gonna end it off. Watch this one. Type in who's the #1 gun manufacturer in the world. Matter of fact, I'm going to just tell y'all who it is. It's Sturm Ruger, okay? Sturm Ruger is the #1 gun manufacturer in the world. So type in Sturm, S-T-U-R-M, comma, Ruger, R-U-G-E-R, right? And then put largest investor. And y'all know this company. I'm sure y'all heard of them before. Who is it? It's BlackRock, right? BlackRock. Put who runs BlackRock. Who runs BlackRock? You know. It's going to be a man named Larry Fink. Larry Fink. Type in Larry Fink. And now, look, this ain't anti-Semitism. This is we just inquired minds want to know, right? I might want to invest. Type religion. Yep. Read. Oh, they trying to hold it. Read.
Larry Fink was born into a Jewish family.
So the number one, the top investor of the number one gun manufacturer in the world, where all these guns keep getting dropped off in the south side of Chicago and all these other hoods, he was born into what?
Into a Jewish family.
It's Amalek. Once again, as Bishop say, once again, okay? So listen, Larry Fink is a real vice lord, okay? These are the real people that have the power and the influence to put these things into our communities. These are the real vice lords, all right? Give me Jeremiah 2:21. Let's end it off. Jeremiah 2:21.
Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 21. Yet I have planted thee a noble vine.
So the Most High planted us as a noble vine. We were his choice vine. We are the greatest thing that God ever created, right? But we have been deceived by our enemies. Read.
Holy, a right seed.
We were a right seed, a righteous nation. Go ahead.
How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant?
How did we get turned into a degenerate plant? You know how? We have enemies that have deceived us, and we bought into the lies. We were deceived by our own lust and our own sin that was in us. But guess what? We can repent. You Israel, you can repent. Repent from these things now. Get your life together. If you're not in the congregation, get in the congregation and get yourself together. Time is very, very short. Time is of the essence. It's not time to play. It's not time to say, oh, I was listening to Biblical Smoke this morning. Brother talking about, I'm going to get myself, I just got to get myself together before I come. Brother, you ain't got no time to get yourself together. You got to come in here to get together. You don't go to the hospital after you get well. You go while you sick, right? You got to get in here. You got to get yourself together. And for us that are in here, okay, because everybody deal with something. It's time to put the sin away and quit playing, all right? So right here, donate to the Booster Club. Donate to the Booster Club. Y'all see the prophets going throughout the four corners of the earth teaching the gospel. That's what it's for. Hopefully this class was edifying. Y'all got something from it. Y'all see who the real enemies of Israel are. So stop looking at your brothers and hating them and understand, look, they just got caught up. I had a father my father got caught up in that. I didn't grow up with my father because he was caught up in that, in the crack epidemic and all of that, like a whole lot of other people. And at a certain point, I realized, and I'm like, damn, anybody could have got caught up like that. So it wasn't hard for me to forgive him once I actually got grown and I realized anybody could get caught up in this. Then it was easy, and then we was able to, have a relationship. So if you had parents that got caught up in that, guess what? Forgive them. Anybody could have got caught up in that. But repent, urge them to repent, and let's get ourselves together, Israel. Shalom, Most High, and Christ bless.
Light it up like a pyro. Why they looking so surprised though? Like they ain't even in the Bible.